Spirit and fall afresh on us.
I remember some years ago we had a meeting in Rome, and just by God's providence at the last minute, Mother Teresa arrived to speak to this group. It was the international leaders of the renewal and cardinals and bishops and all these bigwigs, about 1,500 people. And they asked me to be kind of a bodyguard for Mother Teresa because she was quite ill and frail at that time, and we had to protect her from her fans. Everybody wanted a relic before its time. I mean, people were constantly grabbing at her. I mean, it was almost scary. There was this almost like this crowd, hysteria. So it was my job to kind of protect her from the crowd. And I remember we had a stage about this high and steps going up. And I remember she was very tired and very frail. And I took her by the arm to help her get up the stairs. And as I took her forearm, my thumb and my finger touched around her forearm. I mean, she was like a little skeleton. And she stood up there and she kind of leaned on this podium and just trying to catch her breath. And she, thank you so much for having me, and isn't it lovely to be here? And you almost want to say, hey, just sit down. Save your strength. You don't have to talk. We'll just sit here and look at you. And then she started talking about Jesus. And it's like somebody in the back room had a tire pump. As she talked about the Lord, she got bigger. I don't know how to say it. And I was standing like literally a meter from her. I looked over, and to me, her face was just aglow. And she spoke so powerfully about the love of God and therefore the love of humanity. She spoke with such conviction and such strength, and she's just giving to these people. You call yourselves the leaders of the church, and like everybody's like, oh, And I mean, some of these people were like crying and applauding, and the place was just in this uproar. And she goes, wait a minute. She goes, please, don't all of you quit your daytime jobs and come to Calcutta. She goes, I have enough people I have to feed. I don't have to feed you too. But what I need you to do is I want everybody here just to go home and find the people simply within arm's reach. You don't have to go to the other side of the world. Who can you touch right here? And she says, you need to love them in the Spirit so powerfully that as they receive love from you, they actually experience the presence of Jesus Christ. She says, that's not easy, and that's not superficial. It takes the complete death of self to give that kind of love. She says, you couldn't do that for 7 billion, but you could do it for one. So she says, you find that one, and you literally love them as Christ loved you. And there he is on a cross. That's how much he loved us, this complete emptying out, this complete pouring out. That's how much he loved us. She says, if you'll do that for one person, really do that for one person, they will encounter Christ, and their life will change. They will be transformed for having experienced Christ with you. She says, then what's going to happen, as they are transformed, they will be compelled to find somebody within arm's reach. And they will touch them, and they will die to themselves for the other, who will experience Christ, who will be transformed, who will feel compelled to find somebody within arm's reach. And I think what she said at the end, she says, if everybody would do that, she says, I could retire in 5 years. You wouldn't need me anymore. I could be done in 5 years. She never did. But I think the point she was making is it's probably better to be faithful to the few people God has given us and to pour ourselves deeply for them than try to run around like crazy people and do something very superficial for everyone. So when we talk about laying down our lives for one another, we all understand that everybody can't just run around and do this all the time. You have jobs, you have families, we all get that. But God is arranging that somebody is going to come within arm's reach of you. Somebody's about to land at your doorstep. And I think Mother Teresa's counsel is, whoever that is, pour yourself into them. And we'll have to trust God for the other 7 billion. But the ones that God gives you, pour yourself unreservedly into their lives.
Lord, send your spirit and fall afresh on us. Fill us with your power, Lord, and fill us with your love. Lord, send your spirit and fall afresh on us.